Before you watch this episode of our cityCURRENT radio show, I want to invite you to join cityCURRENT's e-learning and online personal development platform called GrowthCurrent. I'm Jeremy Park, host of the cityCURRENT radio show and CEO of cityCURRENT. GrowthCurrent is your exclusive ticket to attend virtual events with global thought leaders, national guest speakers, and experts who can help you grow personally and professionally. It gives you access to success secrets, lessons learned, learning modules, and so much more. Being online, you can join us from anywhere in the world. Subscriptions are only $8 a month, or you can do bulk subscriptions for your team. Check out growthcurrent.com to learn more and to join us in our efforts to power the good. And now, on to the show. Welcome back to the cityCURRENT radio show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're honored to be with our next guest talking about Lipscomb University. We're here with Kimberly Chaudoin. She is the Assistant Vice President of Public Relations and Communications with Lipscomb University. And Kimberly, how are you doing?
Doing great. Thank you, Jeremy. It's wonderful to be with you today.
So love Lipscomb University, partner in cityCURRENT as well. So we get to work with you all on so many different fronts in the community. Let's start, though, with a little bit of a history lesson. 1891. Give us a little bit of a quick history for Lipscomb University.
Okay, so you're right. Lipscomb University has been around for a little while, 1891. So we've been a part of the Nashville community for a long, long time. And we have grown a lot. We started with about 9 students way back then. And today we actually this fall have our biggest enrollment ever with 4,900 students. So we're located in the kind of the southern end of Nashville in the Green Hills area. And we have a K-12 academy, Lipscomb Academy, that's part of our institution. And so we offer a wide variety of undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral programs, and just have been really thrilled to be part of the Nashville community. And it's a wonderful hometown, and Nashville has grown so much. And so we're just excited to be part of that, and really try to engage the community as much as we can, and just growing and being a part of that. So it's a really fun place to be.
I think it's one of those too that in a way it's kind of a hidden gem, because when you look at the area that you're nestled in, it's a beautiful area, beautiful campus. And I think that's something that, when you walk on the campus, it's like you almost feel like you're in a whole new world just in terms of where you are. So that in and of itself, I think, is one thing that really stands out. Give me maybe one or two other things that really stand out to you in terms of the experience that Lipscomb University provides.
Yeah, I think some of the unique aspects of Lipscomb University, in addition to being located in Nashville, is of course we are a faith-based institution, and so the ethics, values, based education is something that I think really makes us unique, and really trying to hone in on the idea of vocational, using our vocation to serve other people, and serving others is a really important part of who we are, and so we intentionally weave that into our academic programs. But I think another unique aspect is just the fact that we see not just the city of Nashville or our campus really as where we are learning, but we see the entire city, the entire community and world really as a classroom and a place for learning. So really trying to be intentional and I guess innovative, so to speak, in how we see learning opportunities all around us.
I think another word I would use is relevant in terms of the learning opportunities. You do a very good job of teaming up with businesses, nonprofits, all the different kind of entities to make sure that what is being taught is relevant. And so talk about that side of it.
Yeah. So that's a really good point. And, it's great. We really believe in the value of getting a college degree and a college education. But if you can't use that degree to get a job, then, we haven't really done our job either in preparing our students for their careers. And so part of that is really being aware of what the workforce needs are, particularly in the Nashville area, and working with businesses to see, how we can develop programs that help them solve a need as well. An example of that, in the last year or two, we have started a hospitality program, and here in Nashville, obviously before the pandemic, tourism is one of our leading industries, and there's so many hotels and restaurants, and I mean, even today in the pandemic, so many buildings coming out out of the ground. And there has been a shortage of really, highly skilled and trained, management level professionals. And so that's just an example of really seeing what that need is, working with companies here in town, the chamber, and trying to develop a program that can help serve the city of Nashville, in addition to finding, jobs and careers for our students.
Yeah. Talk about some of the different career paths or the different majors, if you will, that are super popular. I mean, obviously business and management and marketing is some of those, but talk about some of the major ones.
Yeah. So at Lipscomb for many, many years, we have been known for our pre-med program. And it seemed, well, here in the healthcare capital that we are, Nashville, that's a really great fit and has been for a long time. But anything in the health sciences has been very popular here at Lipscomb. And again, there are many, many needs in communities around us and across the country. So pre-med's been very, very popular. We have a pharmacy program that we've had for about a decade, and that has really proven to be a good program. And we also started a School of Physicians Assistant Studies about 3 years ago. In fact, later this month, we'll be graduating our first graduates of that program. So anything in the pre-med area has been very popular. Accounting is also an area that has been extremely popular for decades, and we have a great reputation just for turning out not only highly skilled practitioners, but also professionals that have high integrity and ethics. And so we have a lot of success placing our graduates in jobs. And then education is another one. We train just, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of educators really every year. And it's at the undergraduate level, the master's level. We also have an EDD program, and, they go out into schools, not only in the state of Tennessee, but really, around the country, and train, young children and teach at the college level. So I would say those three areas are very, important to us, and for a long, long time have been some of our strengths.
One of the newer programs is a PhD in archaeology. Talk about that.
Yeah, that's really exciting. And even in the pandemic, we have been very fortunate to get to add some programs. And the archaeology program is an example. And we launched the Lanier Center for Archaeology back in the summer. And in January, we'll have our first students officially, coming to campus, but really excited. It's our first PhD program. And so that's a little bit different than some of our other doctoral programs. And they're not only going to offer that academic program, but also have some live, projects overseas where they're on some digs. And we're really hoping to incorporate our undergraduate students as well as our graduate students in the PhD program, and, maybe infuse that into all of our programs. And it's housed actually in our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, which might seem a little surprising considering we're a faith-based institution. But that just, shows a little bit about, it's also about the historical aspect of those studies, and, learning about cultures and civilizations. And so we're just really, really excited about that. And it seems like a really nice fit with who we are at Lipscomb, and really kind of unique in the marketplace as well.
Go back to your point about being a part of the fabric of the community. And I think, so much of yours is geared around service, servant leadership, service learning, citizenship, and your team, your faculty are very good at going out and being speakers and, really opening up the floodgates on a number of these kind of social topics. But talk about that aspect of really, for the students, being able to get off campus and immerse themselves, working with nonprofits, and learning as a part of that.
So we have a saying here at Lipscomb that is, we serve before we sell, which, means we want to serve our community before we ask them for anything, whether it's their time or, to be patient with us if we have a loud concert on campus, or, whatever it might be. But what we really mean is we have been a part of this community for so many years, and we want to live out what we teach and to serve others. And, it's not only in just the literal like service days that a lot of institutions have, but it is intentionally woven into a lot of the curriculum. For example, our College of Engineering, the Raymond B. Jones College of Engineering, has an entire center that is devoted to humanitarian and mission work. And they have traveled to places like Guatemala, Honduras, and other places to build bridges. And part of that is built into various classes that they take. So one class project might be to, get on a computer and design what this bridge would be like if it were built. And then other, classes are like, all right, how do we actually build it? And a few years ago, they constructed it here, disassembled it, and shipped a bridge, to Guatemala. So, that's just one example of, hoping that people see that they can not only earn a living by what they do professionally, but they can also feel fulfilled and serve other people. So again, that happens in big and small ways. And we get engaged with our public school systems here and a lot of nonprofits. That's a beauty of being in a city the size of Nashville. There are many, many opportunities to get involved. And another one that might be of interest is we have something called the Lipscomb Life program, where we've partnered with the Tennessee Prison for Women. And I guess it's going on almost a decade now that we've had this partnership, where we have had a class that has actually gone to the prison one night a week. And it's a combination of, we call them inside and outside students. So our inside students would be the women who are at that facility. And then our, outside students would be those who travel from the Lipscomb campus in Green Hills, a few miles north, and go into that prison. They go through, the security scan and everything every Wednesday night, and sit side by side in class and take a college credit class and earn, credits for their degrees. And so we have had several, I guess 3 or 4 graduations now, where the women inside the prison have earned an associate's degree, and then they build on top of that, earn a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. And we've actually been able to have a graduation ceremony inside the prison. And that's been really a neat way to serve while providing an education for our inside students. And, the education that our outside students get when they travel into the prison is it's been amazing. So we try to be intentional in finding opportunities like that. So.
Yeah, I love it. Talk about the pandemic and some of I know there's been many pivots and things, but talk about some of the different ways that learning is different now versus pre-pandemic.
Yes, the pandemic has been with us as a university since really back in February, when we started hearing about this, and we had to think about getting our kids who are in our study abroad programs overseas home, and what to do with that. And so it has been very interesting, and as it has been for every university across the country and really around the world. But it's been amazing how our community has just come together and figured out, how do we do this virtual learning thing? We do have an online program. It's fairly small, but we had to figure out in a matter of about 2 weeks back in March, how do we continue every single class that we offer in a virtual remote format? And we extended spring break by a week. So our faculty had 2 weeks to get it figured out, and, had some people working really hard to do that. And it's been really so rewarding to see how we have quickly pivoted. And, honestly, our president likes to say, and this is true, if we had said, okay, 2 years from now, we are going to make sure that every class that we offer is offered in a virtual format, and, all of that, we would have taken, 1 year, 364 days to get that figured out. Well, we had exactly 2 weeks to move a mountain. And so that's great. And what we've done now is we've got this technology that long after the pandemic is over, it's going to be great for our students, because every class we have this high flex system, which a lot of universities do. And so, if I have to go into isolation or quarantine for a few weeks, I can, still, attend class virtually. Well, kids get mono all the time. They get, various illnesses that they're going to get year in and year out. And so this is just a wonderful opportunity for us to be able to serve our students better. So, that was a way that we pivoted. And I think also just realizing, okay, our campus is fairly safe and healthy, but, we've got to change everything, you know, have more hand sanitizer stations. We've got to think about putting plexiglass up. And so pivoted pretty quickly, but I really think some of this will stay with us for a while and make us a better institution. So, and we've learned we can move quickly. And if anybody knows anything about higher education, we don't move quickly for a lot of things. So this has been kind of fun to see, you know, how it's worked. And honestly, in our specific case, we've just been so pleased with how everybody has responded. Our students have, you know, they wanted to be here so badly in person. And, you know, and so that's why we feel like we had a record enrollment this fall. But it's not been easy. It's not been easy for any of us. And they've been so willing to wear the masks and to do what they've needed to do to make sure that we're still here. And we've met our goal of being in person until Thanksgiving break. And now we're past that and looking towards the spring. And so it's just, it's been good to see how a community can come together in something that none of us have been through before. And it's the biggest challenge we've ever, you know, been in, and it's still going, and to see that we're making it.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at opportunities to help Lipscomb University, I think one is just knowing what's going on and help spreading the word. Obviously, spreading the word for those in high school and looking at Lipscomb University as an opportunity for them to go to college. What are some other ways we can help?
Well, you know, I think it's good for people to just understand that the value of an education, and I think, you know, just encouraging people to, I mean, specifically, it's great to look at Lipscomb, but I think it's great to just really keep, you know, to evaluate several institutions when you're trying to make, you know, a decision. And, you know, the way the community can help Lipscomb is just keeping us in mind, you know, as an option, always feeling free. If there's an academic program that you wish that we offered, to let us know. We can develop certificate programs and, you know, other things fairly easily. But I just think, you know, just trying to get involved and to tap into everything that we have to offer, whether you're a degree seeker or you're just a community member, whether you're in, you know, another part of the state, another state. And now that so much is virtual, there are so many things that a university offers. And, you know, it helps us to be a better institution when people in the community are involved, because it's just, a university is such a nice blending of various ideas and thoughts. And it's just, we're stronger, you know, together in that. And I think it's just, you know, helping us by continuing to push us and to want to participate in what we have to offer. So
Absolutely. Wrap up with contact information. So website, social media, where do we go to learn more about Lipscomb University?
good question. We have a very robust website, lipscomb.edu, and it's Lipscomb, a little different to spell. And you can follow us on social media. We have a good presence on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and just basically go to Lipscomb or type in Lipscomb and you'll find us. We also, if you want information about admissions, you can go to the admissions page on our website on the main Lipscomb site, and there's also information about how to follow them on social media as well.
Nice. Well, Kimberly, thank you for all you and your team do. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the opportunity.